Hi, everybody. I'm Mike, and this is Mike Miller Talks Life. Today's quote: overcoming challenges makes life meaningful. The full quote from Joshua Marine. I know, funny name. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Challenges aren't always welcome, but they do give meaning to life. If we didn't have challenges, our life would be boring and we would not improve. Nothing would be coming up to push us to grow and help us discover how capable we are. And when we overcome these life challenges, we begin to sense more meaning in our life because we gain a sense of accomplishment. We can say, look what I did. I faced that challenge and overcame it. And this gives meaning to our life. In the movie A League of Their Own, I really enjoyed this movie, and I've seen it several times. Gina Davis, the character that she plays, was justifying quitting the Women's Professional Baseball League by saying it just got too hard. Her coach, played by Tom Hanks, responds, "It's the hard that makes it so good." It's hard that makes it good. When things get hard, when challenges come, they build us. They make us strong. They stretch us so we are able to see more of our potential. They reveal who and what we are. They help us develop character. We seem to be in a time when people avoid challenges. When we're facing a challenge, we want somebody to come and take it away, to deal with it for us, and just hand us an easy life. So we avoid them. We run away from them. And consequently, many are living a life without meaning. We have no clear purpose, and we are bored most of the time. Some of the common challenges we face in life include illness, getting sick at various levels, at the level of just a cold or the flu that's just frustrating, or even more ill as something worse comes along. We face loss, the loss of a loved one, through death, sometimes through divorce, or we face the loss of a position we held, an ability because of some problem. We lose our home, lose our job, and we grieve and ache over these losses we face. They are challenges. We faced failure, where we blow it. Things fall apart. They don't go right. And it's a challenge to get up and keep going. We face debt. This is something usually we create by getting a student loan or buying a car or buying a home or just overspending or living beyond our means. We incur debt, and the challenge of debt is that it is bondage. It limits what we're free to do. Shattered dreams create challenges. We're filled with regret and disappointed and discouraged because things we really wanted to see happen, just they're not going to happen. And we need to overcome. And the quote talks about it's not just having challenges. Yeah, they make life interesting, but it's overcoming them that gives us meaning. This moves us from just a challenge that we have to face that's frustrating. It moves us to a place where that challenge actually brings meaning into our life because we've overcome it. Overcoming involves first facing the challenge. I think this is just admitting it, acknowledging out loud, so you sure that you're acknowledging it, because it's so easy for us to live in denial. I am seriously ill with COVID, which is the big illness now, or something worse. I have cancer. I have this. I'm grieving the loss of something. I'm just upset because I blew it, and or on and on, whatever it is, just to acknowledge that. I think another part of overcoming it is faith. Faith is very important. I think we are spiritual people, and I'm a Christian. I've put my faith and trust in Jesus Christ. I'm a follower of His. Christians believe that when we make that commitment, faith commitment, that God is with us all the time, and He is there to strengthen us and encourage us and lead us. And so we acknowledge, we face it, and then we can move to this point of just a prayer of, God, I'm really facing a tough challenge. Help me, lead me, help me overcome this. I think it helps also to keep in mind that we need to be very careful about what we say about the challenge. Our words are very powerful, and they play a major role in shaping our expectations and our attitudes. So it is important to avoid words like impossible, horrible, no way, it's not fair when you're facing a challenge. These kind of words don't help. They make it worse, not better. They make it appear bigger, and it becomes more overwhelming. Also, I think it's good to not complain about what you're facing to everybody you see. This is annoying to them, and it's not helping you. So be very careful of the words you use when facing a challenge. Pick words that give hope and encourage you to face the challenge. It helps to break the challenge down. Get it into small, manageable steps that help you move toward the ultimate goal. If your goal is to lose a bunch of weight, instead of getting up every day and thinking, I've got to lose 200 pounds, that's overwhelming. It's too big. You need small steps, smaller goals to move you toward that, or you'll never make it. Or if you're in major debt, develop a plan that moves you toward paying off. Get some advice from somebody. So small steps that make it possible. Ask for help. We hate this. We're proud. We want to accomplish it and accomplish it on our own. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that sometimes we would really benefit from some help from somebody who's been where we are now. They've made it, and they'll have something to offer. It's always good to ask for help. Always get support from others. I've talked about that often. Have a circle of friends, a support team of just a few people that are just there for you when you're facing hard times, like you are for them. I think the final thing that's so important is develop a sense of humor. I have been involved in a lot of tragedies in people's lives as a pastor, as a chaplain with the Sheriff's Department. And I've been with people and walked alongside people who are going through horrible, horrible situations. And when you go to help, you're totally serious. You're totally focused on bringing comfort and support to help them. I have discovered and I don't think it's just me, though I have a pretty good sense of humor. I have discovered that in the midst of the craziest, bizarre, hard things, funny things happen. And you want to be careful. You can't just laugh inappropriately or just tell somebody, oh boy, that's funny. I mean, that's not going to go over. But when you see something kind of funny happen in a crazy event, sometimes you can help with that if you mention it at the right time with somebody. There's always something kind of funny. I was with a few minister friends, and we were just talking about things we were facing and giving each other advice and support and just talking about our careers. One guy was there I didn't really know very well, and he was saying, well, boy, I had an experience, and I was doing a graveside service, and it was a cold, wet, rainy, miserable day. And it was just where I come from. When it rained, it was pouring rain. And family was sad, and they really wanted this graveside service. So there they were. There was a canopy covering a lot of the area, but not all of it. And it came time for the minister to say a few words, give a final prayer, and dismiss the family. And so he steps up to address them, and he slips and just slides right into the grave. There was just a complete moment of stunned, oh no. He didn't know what to do, and it was a mess. Mud on his suit, on him, on the Bible, and it was horrible. But he knew it was on him to do something to salvage this, and he just puts his hands up, and a couple guys grabbed him, pulled him up. He stands there, and he just uses that as to say just the right thing to these people, to help them at this moment of great crisis. And it was funny. That moment is what they remembered. The humor, the perfect word he said. Is sometimes we're just aware that we need some humor, appropriate, not making light of a serious situation, but sometimes funny things come and we need to acknowledge it. We need humor because life can get so overwhelming at times, and you got to be able to laugh. You got to be able to see, like, wow, that was funny. And there's nothing wrong with that. I hope there's nothing wrong with that, because I've seen a lot of humor in my day, and I've pointed it out, and it's funny. We can be too serious about things, and it can just wear us down. Challenges are what makes life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Don't forget that. Hey, thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful and encouraging and sort of practical. And if it was helpful, or just click like, that sort of helps me see who's listening and how it's going over. And I mean, if you know somebody you want to share it with, of course, that's always fine. The idea is just to bless people and help people in some real practical ways. So until next time, I hope you have a great week.